What's going on, guys? We are here with another Marvel Rivals video. How are you guys doing today? I'm back with some more content, and man, am I not disappointed. You guys might have known from one of my videos that I released before the beta came out. Their patch notes and their dev show was an absolute joke, and I was very disappointed and not excited to play because they made almost zero changes. That was completely untrue. They didn't post it publicly, but there was a plethora of changes that literally changed the way multiple characters work and made them way more fun and engaging and exciting, or just viable. I do want some tweaks still for some of these characters. I'm going to go over every single one that I've noticed, so bear with me here. This might be a little bit longer than I want. I'll try to keep it brief, but we will go over every single one, and again, I'll say if there's any changes or not. So without further ado, let us begin with Doctor Strange. So he doesn't seem to be changed much. He pretty much seems the exact same. His cancel for his shield is gone, so if you try to do the auto cancel, it's not a thing anymore. Now, the other thing that changed with Doctor Strange, the biggest thing in my opinion, and it really does smooth out his character, and this is, you're gonna see be a theme with a lot of these different characters, is his basic attack is now much faster. Before, it used to have a small little spread compared to now. Now it just all comes out pretty much at once. It feels amazing. And if you guys didn't notice it, I 100% when I literally went in the training mode just to test it because my friend pointed it out, and I was like, you're right, Doctor Strange also received this buff, and we'll go into the other characters that did. So pretty much that's it. No more glitch and basic attack. And if you guys want to see previous gameplay of these characters, feel free to go back in my channel to the first videos. There's probably a bunch of videos floating around at the first beta, and you could probably see how like poorly it looks in comparison to now, potentially, just by analyzing. Hulk got nerfed, so he has his banner form. Hulk now has 800. I'm almost positive he had 900 HP. Nothing else seems to have changed of Hulk. I think he might attack a little bit faster, and his basic attacks look slightly wider, because you see how. But other than that, nope, he's pretty bad. Now, he needs a major rework. I think that they get rid of this dumb ability, which, not this one. He gets rid of this dumb ability. It's so useless, virtually. It could be useful in a team comp setting, but virtually pretty useless, and just really bad, because he doesn't have enough sustain by himself. Hulk, I would propose I've been saying this forever, he's the Hulk. He doesn't need to do a crap ton of damage starting off. When he gets hit, there should be a meter that fills up, and if you keep getting hit, you know, consistently, the meter will stay full. The farther the meter is, the more damage and mitigation you get. That's it. So you just tank more damage. You just get like 25-30% mitigation if it's full, and then it goes down slowly, right, as the bar, you know, unfills. And it doesn't matter if you're getting healed. Every time you take a hit, it'll fill up the bar. Problem solved. Hulk is now tanky, right? That's all I need. I think that also adding a backpedal penalty when you back up is really important. I'm going to keep stressing this. If you're going to have melee characters in the game, you need to have a way for them to catch them. I shouldn't be... there's so many times where someone's backing up and I'm doing this, or I'm just walking and they still... I shouldn't have to use Hulk's jump to get close to them. That should not be the case. So, definitely need to fix that. So yeah, not many changes. He still has the tech of just going into ult and just spamming right click, which someone pointed out to me, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that. So really cool tech. Props to Star for that. Thank you. Looking here, the next character we're going to talk about, well, he's new, but Venom is just super sick. I made a video about him already. I love this character. He's probably my favorite tank. Might be tied with Penny now, because you'll see why, but I definitely am a fan of Venom quite a lot. The only thing I'd say about Venom is his basic attack feels really wonky to hit when you're up close. Like, it's really easy to miss this, and look, if you hit, you can actually miss part of it, because it's a 5-hit, unlike most other characters. So his basic attack actually is probably one of the worst out of all these tanks in terms of the range ones, because it's not as clean. Now, he does a lot of damage to tanks, and he's insanely tanky. I don't really think he needs any changes right now. His basic attack is fine. It's just really hard to hit squishies. That's fine. I think for now we can deal with it. See in the future if we want to raise the hitbox a little bit, or maybe smooth out the animation. It is a 5-hit. I think it's unique having a tank like that. Just buff his melee. Magneto. One of my favorite tanks again. He's been. I still don't like that his team up is relying on Scarlet Witch giving him such a major boost, but his base kit is now much better. He has His right click is still garbage. It's still a terrible ability. It's just a knock away or interrupt. Please fix it. I think give him the ability to put magic, you know, do this blast. And if he hits somebody or hits them with the AoE, he creates like these metallic chunks, and he can, if he presses it again, if he hit you, he can pull you towards him with his magnetic force, just like Junker Queen. There we go, Magneto. Also buff his ultimate AoE. Anyways, he's fantastic. They changed a lot. So first thing they changed was his shield. It's now a meter on the right, you can see there, and it fills up when you're not using it, and then it depletes pretty fast. So you could block a lot of stuff. At first I thought this was garbage. Then I realized it's really good for managing abilities. Now, you'd say, but he's still, you know, pretty flimsy. Not only that, he also has a self shield. So you have a decision. It goes on a cooldown, because normally you can shield other people. But now it shares a cooldown if you decide to shield yourself or an ally, depending on the danger they're in. You now have an option. Now, I'm going to only shield myself. Mostly, I'm a tank. But if someone's in danger, I might be able to throw that shield. It's on a 12-second cooldown, so... So already two really big changes. Self-shield, making him tankier, and a shield. I still think all the tanks need armor, shield, and overhealth, or just a bigger health pool. I don't know why they don't have that. They're still not that good by themselves, as good as they should be, but they're much better. This is a huge buff to Magneto getting this and this. Giant buffs. On top of that, his basic attack, and maybe even his right click, are faster. Projectile speed was just increased across the board, it seems like. So his basic attack before was basically a really slow projectile, but now if you're mid-range, I was actually hitting people, nailing people in the sky. They made it, specifically Magneto's is probably one of the best. Look at the previous beta. This is so much faster, and the second I stepped in there, I noticed, I was like, why am I hitting everything like, so well? I was in training mode just shooting, and I was like, this is so much faster as I miss. Phenomenal. Love it. He feels so much smoother with the faster basic attack. It's still pretty flimsy, but honestly, I don't know if it needs major changes. It feels really, 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 really good to me. Also, did they buff his AoE? No, it's still pretty weak. So on hits pretty weak. Really, really enjoying Magneto now. Definitely. I still think his team up should be a normal ability, but just nerf it to high hell and give him some other effect with Wanda. Maybe give him like life steal if she's with him. No team up ability should change the game to the point where you need that team up, because I think he's the best tank in the game if he just has the sword. He nukes the enemy team, and now he's one of the best base tanks because he has a lot of sustain and he can actually put pressure on the enemy. Again, buff his right click, nerf his team up, put it in his normal kit. Going on to the next character, Groot. Groot got nerfed pretty heavily, actually. His walls don't last as long, but he can still wall spam, which is super annoying. I think they might have changed the cooldown a little bit, but it's still extremely annoying to deal with. If you're high damage DPS, he's still pretty much the same. Now, the thing they changed with Groot is that his basic attack does indeed come out faster as well. So if you were struggling hitting his basics, that's pretty much all you're going to be doing, because his right click still sucks ass cheeks, unless you're by a wall. I think they need to rework Groot's concept or get rid of the wall spam. Like, change the way it works. It's just not a good mechanic. You're supposed to play around all these walls that are going to be like destroyed in seconds now. It's just, I think just rework them. Keep this big wall that gives you a shield. That's cool to play around. And then get rid of this ability and change it to something else. Give him like I don't know, like a stun or swipe or something, or vine thing. I don't know. Maybe he can launch himself to like Spider-Man. But his basic attack feels good. So at the very least, you can walk around just doing this and pressing right click. That does nothing. If you set up your walls correctly, you actually do a lot of damage, but good luck. But yeah, good that his basic attack was buffed, like every other tank. So, Penny got a ginormous change, two ginormous changes. One, he still is kind of lame just because, I don't know, this turret setup is kind of lame. Now, ignoring that, her mines are still the same. I think her turret actually got a nerf. Now, the biggest thing that changed about her is her primary fire. It is phenomenal. It is so much faster. So now it doesn't have headshot damage, but now you can actually put a lot of pressure on tanks, more than you were before. Before it was like this. This is how you were fighting before. It did more damage, but you're doing this basically. It was pretty lame. Now you feel like an actual mech just blasting. So I really do like this from Penny. It feels really, really nice. This literally changes the way she plays completely. This was a phenomenal change. Now, not only did they change that, I'm not going to show you, but your webs heal for an absurd amount. If you aren't stacking 3 webs, whenever you're fighting someone who's not like a tank, make sure there's webs below you. You heal so much more than you did before. They buffed her to an insane extent in that regard. They also increased her health by 50, but buffed her a lot, or 100, I think, actually. They buffed her a lot. So that was really nice. I still think she needs a little bit more tankiness. Her ult is still kind of garbage. It's just pretty much a nothing burger. And it's really easy to die. I think the way you're supposed to play is just kind of run in circles and run over your webs to heal massively now. I just think that it needs a little bit more. I think the ult could stay the same. I think maybe instead of having the poke, like instead of just only poking, you should be able to shoot both like 2 guns on your shoulders while running. I think that would be really cool. I think that's really all she needs. And then give her natural armor health like in Overwatch, so the first couple of hits to her HP pool don't actually do a lot of damage to her. All tanks need that, by the way, including even Venom. All right, done with the tanks. Every single tank feels pretty good outside of Groot and Hulk. Groot feels usable, especially with Rocket. Just rework his wall spam. It just doesn't feel good to face. Easy to destroy. You can't keep him up all the time anymore if you have like a Punisher or Storm or Iron Man or anything like that. He just feels kind of lackluster. Every other tank feels pretty good. Slight tank buffs to each of their health pools in terms of armor health, or shield health probably, or maybe armor health, shield health, over health, and then buff him, just rework him. Give him a smash, by the way. Hulk should have a smash. Get rid of the fucking stasis. Just let him slam things. He doesn't even have that. It's so stupid. Also, his jump should be an ability and much smoother and not be something you hold. I hate breaking my finger trying to use that ability. Punisher. Punisher didn't get nerfed. He still is insanely OP with a shotgun. I have not seen a lot of OP Punishers, but you still have a mid-range shotgun that 2-shot people. So that's fun. You don't have to actually be close. So I think there is more. Oops, I missed. I think there is more fall off.
Wow, 4 in a row.
But you're still, look where how far away I am, and you can still 2-shot. His basic attack's still the same. So still OP. Nothing's changed. Maybe he got a cooldown nerf or something. But as far as I'm aware, he's still insanely OP. I think his turret is still the same too. Pretty shit. This ability was pretty bad. It's really just for nuking like stationary objectives and getting CC immunity. It's a pretty bad ability though. So Hela got nerfed. Her damage fall off is a lot worse. So if you try to play Hela from afar, look, you're not nuking this thing anymore unless you're headshotting. Before it was like 3 shots and they were dead. Now she's a lot more usable. Still the most popular DPS that I've seen, but definitely a lot less usable. Still has her insane escape. You can still fly, do pretty much everything she did before. This ability, still pretty useless unless you hit it. Good luck. They still didn't buff her right click. I think it should just be an auto lock on or just better. You really don't see Hela doing anything but this and then flying away. It's pretty much all she does. Her other 2 abilities just need major buffs. I think nerfing her basic attack a little bit more and then buffing her other abilities would be good. But yeah, definitely nerf the basic attack a little bit. She still is kind of the preferred DPS. I like Namor a lot more for sustained DPS, but yeah. Anyways, next character. So we're gonna talk. Let's talk about Storm. Storm
somewhere in the world is
also got the basic attack treatment. So her basic attacks much faster. She got the worst of it. It's still not clean. Also the screen shake. Someone tell me how to turn it off. Can't find the setting. So she got the worst of it for sure. It's not as smooth, but it's still much faster than it was. I think upping that a little bit. I think the payoff is kind of that, like, you know, she is projectile based and she can fly forever. I will die on this hill. This character plus Iron Man are so annoying to fight as certain characters because, again, you have pure melees that can barely touch these flying characters. Make them, like, buff her basic attack. Make her abilities look cooler because she looks lackluster. Give her another ability when she uses her right click. In her wind form, it should change. And then maybe give her another ability. And nerf the ability to fly forever. Give her the Farah meter. I don't understand why I could just sit up here and do this. The damage isn't crazy, but think about how frustrating it is, especially with characters if you have 1 dive in Storm. It's just annoying, right? It's annoying having to be Magik and then having such a it's not even like, oh, she's just a soft counter or like she's, you know, pretty good counter. She's unbeatable realistically. She cannot die to Magik. And it frustrates me that there's zero. If I get stuck in a place with Storm, or Iron Man, there's 0 counterplay. I will always lose because I can't fight in the air as consistently as a good Storm could. So please take that away. Make it balanced. Just buff her basic and just nerf her flying. I will die on that hill no matter what anyone says. Infinite flying in a video game is beyond stupid. I don't want to ever see a character do this again. We already have 2. And I know people are like, but they suck. but they can counter people in a lot of circumstances. So I think that is a problem. It's super annoying when you're in like a casual game and you see an Iron Man blasting and the person on the hit scan can't aim, so you just lose the game. Super, super annoying. Black Panther. Black Panther got a buff. He can run forever now. His wall run is now something he could just do instead of on a cooldown, which it was. I didn't really remember that. And then I think they buffed his cooldowns to actually be able to get his combo off better. Oops. You can pretty much almost have an infinite combo, basically. Very close to. So yeah, it's not like you'll have some downtime. You have to have some downtime with this character. He was actually, I think, one of the better melees. In fact, he might have been the best one. Magik was more played for sure, but there was some high level players that were just constantly spamming Black Panther, specifically Samito, I heard. I thought he was always pretty good. I just thought the healing was overtuned. Now that, we'll talk about that as well for the healing. So Black Panther, I think he still needs a little bit more smoothness. I think him missing something should be punished, or shouldn't be as punished. But with his new wall change, he pretty much can't be caught in a lot of situations. So he is pretty good. I mean, if you just hold your this dash, you don't use it till you get a mark and just start doing this and just playing a lot slower, I think he's actually really good. I'm gonna try him out a lot today. Iron Man, oh my god, he's probably one of my favorite DPS now, dude. He got the biggest changes. So Iron Man now does more damage in general. That's it, just does more damage, right, from farther away. Super annoying that I didn't like that change personally. But the biggest thing that changed is his projectile speed. He got the Storm treatment. Not as good as the other DPSs, but way better than Storm's, way smoother. Just you can tell it's faster. You can actually hit things, it's super nice. Aerial combat still not his forte, but projectile is way faster. And he does more damage from long range, which is super annoying, but whatever. The other thing that changed, he got damage buffs, laser to pretty much all of his abilities in a suit. Cool. The other buff he got was his dash. So his dash now is instantaneous. So before, you know how slow it was? This thing, if you're getting attacked, is instantaneous. You just start zooming. Let me try to show you. So if I shoot, start dashing, it is so quick. It's probably hard to notice, but the turnaround is so much better. I genuinely think he might be one of the best DPS now, because his damage is really good from mid-range to far range in general. And then also his laser is absolutely nuke-worthy now. Any aerial opponent, unless they hit you like with 2 headshots, gets absolutely decimated with this. This thing is schnasty. Melts tanks. It's disgusting. Iron Man is, and then his ultimate is still really good. Feels like one of the best characters to me right now. I'm gonna play more of him. He's so much fun. Speaking of one of the most fun characters, Spider-Man got a change too. So if you guys know, he used to have a combo where he'd have to cast his web sling and then to cancel. They fixed that, and I say fixed as in instead of doing an auto cancel, it now works naturally. So let me try to do this. So if you don't know, to do that, you had to, when you were dashing, so you do this, you would pull yourself.
Gonna get sticky.
So you would mark them. You'd have to pull yourself, cast the web, and then auto cancel. That's changed. You no longer, when you're pulling, have to do the auto cancel, which I just did there. So you basically, if you guys don't understand, you'd swing your web and then press Q immediately while you're launching yourself toward it. It was just a mind fuck to get that instantaneous effect. Now you don't have to do that. You just do this and you get it off. Because before you would have to do a kickflip. The animation's still there if you let it go through, but you can just cancel it now with Q. Fantastic change. I love the devs for that. He feels so much better just because of that. No longer a fucking clusterfuck of abilities. Super nice. So you can keep your webs for actual movement, and he's just a lot more impressive in that regard. And you'll also understand why later, just because there are some other changes that helped him out. But in general, super nice. He feels really good. I did really good as him when I played him. I'm gonna play more of him. He's a high skill character. Definitely enjoying him now. Super annoying, super great. He's actually a good character now. Like, he's not garbage tier. So yeah, definitely like Spider-Man. Definitely one of my favorite DPSs. I don't know why I skipped my girl just because I'm pleased her. Magik's the same. I don't think she received any changes whatsoever. Actually, no, that's not true. The only change, I think, someone can cross-check me on this. I'm pretty sure her Dark Child got buffed. I do not remember. Maybe it's in the tooltip. I don't remember ever being in Dark Child for 12 seconds because I feel like I'm swinging a lot more than I used to, because I used to spin and get like 2 swings off, and now I feel like I get an absurd amount of swing. Let me try it. So I used to dash, spin, dash, spin, dash, spin, basic, dash, spin, and that was it. And then that's pretty much it. Now I feel like I have more time at the end, so I'm pretty sure they buffed Dark Child, which is really nice. Other than that, nothing else has changed. Knockups still don't confirm. You can move. That's a big change I need, as well as the backpedal penalty, of course, when you're moving backwards. Those 2 changes would make Magik feel phenomenal. She already feels amazing to me. She's my favorite character, as you guys know. But yep, the knockup, just make it so you're actually stunned. You can nerf the knockup distance if that's the case. I'm okay with that. But this should be a stun. It should, like, the fact that I can die while this happens is ridiculous to me. Anyone can, you know, if you have an escape, you should be able to get out of it. But otherwise, if I confirm this ability, if I dash towards a DPS and hit them with this, I should be able to get my full combo without them moving out of it or killing me. Not that I should just be able to get the kill if I hit this ability, but, you know, like, if I hit someone and I punish them, you know, I shouldn't be, like, you know, destroyed as a result. It's just, really hate that. But she's still my favorite character, obviously. I still love her. Next character, Scarlet Witch. I haven't played earnestly, and she feels the exact same. Nothing's different. She was a really great character, one of my favorites for DPS. I used to frag on her. Her ult still is absolutely nukes if you can hit it. I've seen some crazy plays from some of my homies. Love her. She's fucking phenomenal. I know I haven't played her yet. She's still one of my favorites. I just didn't get a chance to play her yesterday. I was too busy spamming Venom. She's great. She's great. She still is great. Love her abilities. Still super fun, so I'm definitely a fan. But I'm gonna play her a lot today, see what I can do. Peter, I think, got a damage buff. It feels a lot better to fight from mid-range. I'm almost positive he didn't do this much damage from this far. It's still not crazy, but like, he was actually like Tracer, like he had to be next to you. But now it feels like I could fight like more mid-range, which is really nice. So other than that, he's pretty much all the same. He does the same things. I've never been good with Star-Lord. I'm gonna try him out now more, because it seems like I can fight a little bit farther away, and I'm really bad at aiming. So, but he's a lot of fun. Namor got a massive change. So Namor just does more damage in general. It's a 4-hit, which it normally was. He still has the squids. The other thing that he got, the massive change, was weird. So the other massive change he got was his E. So now you can move during it. It's very slow, but you can actually kind of reposition, and then you can just fly and start auto attacking as I miss everything. Super fun, super nice. I'm definitely a fan. It was just a nice quality of life change. I still think Namor was really good to begin with. He was like the most balanced, and now it feels a little bit smoother to play him. I don't really know that it's the damage difference, but I played him, slammed, love him, very, very good. Loki got nerfed, people say, but they said they made Loki more of a trickster, so I don't really know what they nerfed on him. But regardless, he still feels like Loki's always felt like shit to me, man. I feel like most of the Lokis you see don't do good. Maybe at a higher level, he's just insane. But he doesn't really heal that much unless his clones are set up perfectly, and his clones die in like 2 seconds. Every time you see a Loki clone, just kill it, because it hinders him so much. The cooldown's pretty long, but they said they buffed him. I don't know what they buffed. He feels the same to me. Maybe his basic attacks are better. Just like everyone else, I just don't feel it. I think everyone got the basic attack universal change. Namor feels the same to me. I don't feel like his basic attacks are that much faster. Actually, they might be. They might be. They might be, actually. I don't know. He felt really good to me regardless. So, but yeah. Mantis got a massive buff. So, Mantis, now with her ult, overheals. You get extra bonus health. I wonder if this stacks with Magik's shield. It's just a massive buff. So you get the buff of the ult, you get the passive healing, the speed, plus you get the overhealth while she's around, and she seems to keep it. I wonder if it fades. Yeah, it does fade. So just a massive buff to Mantis. She already had like really, really high healing if you played her right. I saw like 40, 50,000 in pro games. Luna Snow still healed as a better pocket, but over time, Mantis is healing the entire team, especially the squishies in the back. She still has her sleep. And then, yep, she still has her self buff, so she's still a really solid character. Definitely enjoy her. One of my favorite healers. Luna Snow. got a massive buff. So she actually got a nerf. Her healing is definitely less than it was. I'm not going to show you. I just know it took 2 full clips to heal a squishy with a mark to full. Now it takes 3. So it is a slight nerf. Still heals the most, probably. But feels really good. That she's a little bit like nerfed. I think she still needs to be tuned down a little bit more, just a slight bit, and we'll be good. Probably a little bit more than slight, because I got into a lot of situations where I was playing Magik and I just couldn't kill who I was on, just because the Luna Snow was pocketing, and I couldn't kill Luna because she started, she started destroying me. It's either I focus Luna and die to the DPS, or I focus the DPS and die to Luna. It just takes a lot to take her, to stop her healing from being absolutely insane. I think just putting it more at the Overwatch level would be more reasonable. It's just overtuned. You can just hold basic attack and absolutely massively heal somebody, but it's definitely nerfed, so it's a start. Her ult is still 12 seconds, still absolutely OP. They might have nerfed the healing over time, but I couldn't kill anyone in her ult, so I don't think so. Her ult absolutely needs a nerf. I think like part of it shouldn't heal. Like maybe it should heal in pulses instead of like over time, or the healing over time should just be nerfed massively, because it is still ridiculous. It's cool that she puts on a show and dances for 12 seconds. I also think she needs another ice ability because she only has this. Maybe when she skates, the ice trail creates like a slowing zone for like 3 seconds. But yeah, no, the other thing that changed is you instantly skate. If you stop attacking and start running, you start skating, so you get more movement speed. So she got a pretty big movement buff. She has no escape. Now, this actually feels like Luna Snow because you can skate basically mid-combat. You can be like, oh, sorry, I'm gone. Goodbye. Super nice, even if you're getting hit. So nice. I really want to play her just because of that. She's going to feel super smooth. Rocket? I don't really know. I haven't played him. I don't really play him. I don't know if he got a healing buff or not. He's just a character I don't know. Someone will have to tell me if he got changed. Adam Warlock, the last character here, bro. This is my goat. I love this character, dude. I did not think I was going to give a fuck about Adam. I thought it was really cool he was in the game. He's so cool, dude. So what he does, he has a bond that shares damage between... Let me show you, actually. So he has a bond that shares damage between teammates. I don't know if it's just to the teammates or also to him. But if you press this ability... Nope, not wrong ability. This ability. So that is a healing over time, and it mitigates the damage between each individual together. So, the damage you're taking isn't crazy. Now, I don't know if it's like actually split between you guys or what the situation is, but I just know it is a mitigation, clearly. You can tell. They're just taking a lot less damage together. So, I'm not exactly sure if it's, again, if one person's taking damage, if you're both taking damage, or if it's just splitting between, the link and how many people are marked. I think it's splitting based on how many people you mark together. The tooltip says, unite the souls of allies in a bond, granting them healing over time and disturbing damage taken across the bond. So I'm assuming the bond itself is reducing the damage and no one else is taking it together. So the bond is basically taking the brunt of the damage. It might have like a cap or a health bar that I don't know, but you just see the marker and it lasts for like 7 seconds. So, and I guess it's based on the number of people you do because it tells you how many people are bonded. So the more people who are bonded, I'm imagining the less damage you, like they're taking no damage here. But if I bind, oh, it's hard not to hit.
The cosmos heals you.
If I bind one person, it looks like they're taking damage. So I'm assuming that's now. I didn't even know that, honestly. I'm new to this. But yeah, so they're just taking a lot less damage, like I said. Super nice. It's a great ability. It makes me really tanky when I'm fighting, so it's super, super nice. The way his heal works, when you press right click, the more people that are around, it bounces to them. So you don't want to actually pocket heal and spam this. You want to hold this ability until someone's kind of low and near their teammate. You do not want to use this when they're near full HP. So you basically be like, okay, they're low now, press this. Look at how big that heal is. Now you want to bounce it off of 3 people. I don't know the bouncing laws. I don't know if there's like there's a way to do it. In the midst of combat, you gotta heal who you gotta heal. But like, you want to make sure they're grouping up together. He's really for a combat plays together. And then you just get a massive, like the heals, you can tell, it's massive, it's ginormous. You get 2 charges, it charges up pretty slowly. 5-second cooldown, I believe. Don't spam it. That's the biggest advice I can give you. Do not spam this. I got top healing pretty aggressively in like a group battle, like one of the point captures, because it just bounces and it's super nice. And if you hold it instead of spamming it, like, oh, he needs healing, like, don't do that. Just wait. I know it's like you see your tank take damage, you want to press the heal. Don't. Just hold it until you need to heal. Not until they're critical. You know, wait a little bit. You know, see, this is a DPS. So like when the tank gets like a third of his health taken away, then press the heal. I accidentally ulted. So his ult revives people. So you can actually revive people when they die. They do have to... I've not gotten revived all the time. I don't know if there's some kind of proximity. I really don't know. The cocoon lasts for 8 seconds. I think you can only be revived once. Now, I have seen him revive a whole team before, which is crazy. I can't believe he can't fly, by the way. Oh, he also has a charge up. His right click looks really sick. It's like a Zenyatta. It's basically the same thing as Zenyatta. You can cancel it with a heal. But yeah, it just feels really cool. It feels really like he's a king kind of, you know, feeling ability. Like just walking around like this feels super cool. It's a nuke. You can actually, another thing is good is that since he's not focus healing, he can actually focus on damage since he's just not constantly pressing heal like Luna or like really just kind of more like Mantis, who's really trying to upkeep the right click. He is independent, so he does a lot of damage if you really focus up. I have to practice him more. Oh, and then he also has a passive to where he dies, he actually just revives himself, which is really cool. So, and you can choose not to, and you can revive, and then revive your team. And you revive Mantis and Peter Quill for free, which is wild. So, he's a really cool character. I like him a lot more than I thought. Very slow, easy to dive. People said he wasn't as OP as Mercy. Easily, I think he's right. He can choose where to revive, and then revive his whole team. So, like, if you're really trying to make some team plays, and keep your revive, and your mass revive for a team wipe, you could make some nasty plays. I think he's probably the best healer in the game. People saying he sucks, I think they're on drugs. I think in competitive play, he's going to easily be must pick, the best. He has massive heals over time. He definitely is more of a secondary healer, but he'll heal a lot, like close to main heals over time, based on how many people he heals. He just won't pocket heal. You know, like his healing is better than Rocket's, I'd say, and Loki's, because Loki's clones will get destroyed. He can just keep healing as long as your team's playing together. So that's pretty much it. I know that was long, 30 minutes. I'm done. We're done. So we got every character in. We talked about them. We talked about my thoughts. That's the gist of it, man. They changed a lot. If you go to the patch notes and read them over, everything I listed there was almost not on there. There was very few, and even if it was very small. They did not tell us about almost everything I said. Some of the health changes, right? Some of the value changes, some of the projectile changes. They didn't say any of that in the dev stream or the patch notes. And if they did say in the dev stream, I missed it. I watched a lot of it. It was cringy as hell. But man, they cooked with this beta. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go play some games on stream. Come watch Twitch, YouTube. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.